Hey, Mia, good to see you again. You ready for today's podcast episode? I think our listeners are going to love this one.
Hey, Ed. Absolutely. I'm pumped. Welcome, everyone, to English Stream, your go-to tutorial podcast for learning real English through fun conversations. Today, we're diving into planning a weekend trip with a friend. We'll chat naturally, like we always do, but we'll highlight some key phrases along the way to help beginners practice speaking about trips.
Yeah, exactly. So, no stiff lessons here, just us two friends talking, and we'll point out useful expressions as we go. Mia, you've been talking about wanting to get away lately. What's sparking this trip idea?
Oh, you know me, Ed. Work's been nonstop, and I need a break. I've been chatting with my friend Sarah about hitting the road for a quick weekend escape. It's such a fun way to recharge. Hey, listeners, a great phrase to start these talks is, I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about planning a trip. It sounds casual and invites your friend to join in.
Nice one, Mia. Yeah, I've been thinking about is supernatural. Okay, so tell me more. Where are you two eyeing? Beach, mountains, or something else?
We're still deciding. Sarah's all about the beach. You know, sun, sand, and waves. But I'm leaning toward the mountains for some hiking and fresh air. What do you think? A key phrase here could be, I'm leaning toward, which means you prefer one option but aren't totally set. It's polite when discussing plans with a friend.
Tough choice. Beaches are chill, lying around, listening to the ocean. But mountains? Adventure time. I say go for a spot with both, like a lake in the hills. You could say to Sarah, what do you think about compromising on a lake? Compromising on is a handy phrase for when you and your friend have different ideas. It keeps things friendly.
Ooh, compromising. Yeah, that's perfect. We don't want any arguments ruining the vibe. Okay, first things first. We need to pick a date. I'm free this weekend, but Sarah might have work. A simple phrase to check is, are you free this weekend? Or, to suggest, how about we go from Friday to Sunday? These are straightforward and get the ball rolling.
Spot on. How about is a go-to for suggestions in planning. Like, how about we drive up Friday evening to beat the traffic? Last time I planned a trip with my buddy Tom, we left early and avoided all the jams. It made the drive fun. Music on, windows down.
Beat the traffic. That's a useful one. Means avoiding busy roads. Yeah, driving sounds good. We can take turns behind the wheel. Phrase alert. We can take turns. It's great for sharing responsibilities, like driving or paying for gas. Keeps everything fair.
Totally. And speaking of the drive, pack snacks. Road trips without munchies are no fun. Remember that time Tom and I got lost? GPS died, so we pulled over and asked a local for directions. The phrase we used was, excuse me, could you help us with directions? Polite and effective. Our listeners should practice that for real-life situations.
Lost with no GPS? Classic. Okay, packing. I'm an overpacker. Clothes for rain, sun, everything. Sarah's minimalist. We should make a list. A phrase to suggest that. Let's make a packing list to avoid forgetting stuff. It helps organize and teaches words like essentials, toothbrush, charger, comfy shoes.
Overpacker, huh? Guilty here too. One trip, I forgot socks and ended up with blisters. Lesson learned. Yeah, share the list via app. We can share a Google Doc for the list. That's a modern phrase for collaborative planning. Keeps you both on the same page.
On the same page. Nice idiom. Means agreeing. For food, mix cooking and eating out. Sarah's killer at pasta. Phrase, what if we grill burgers one night? What if is another soft way to suggest ideas without pushing.
Grill burgers. Yum. And try local eats. Let's check out a diner for pie. Last trip, that pie was legendary. Activities-wise, hiking? How about a short trail with a view? Easy for beginners, and you can pack a picnic. We can bring cheese and fruit for a picnic.
Picnic sounds relaxing. Or kayaking if we're feeling bold. I'm a bit nervous on water, but I'll give it a try, is a positive phrase to show willingness. At night, campfire stories. Let's roast marshmallows and chat. Builds those friend bonds.
Marshmallows, childhood vibes. Location, somewhere quiet like Big Bear Lake. We can book a cabin on Airbnb. Phrase, let's search for deals to keep it budget friendly. Splitting costs, we'll split the bill evenly.
Budget friendly, key for affordable trips. Yeah, under $200 each. Should we rent a car or use mine? And for weather, let's check the forecast in case it rains.
Forecast is crucial. Rain once trapped us in a tent playing cards. Backup. If it rains, we can play games indoors. Flexibility phrase. We'll go with the flow. Means adapt to changes.
Go with the flow. Love that. Mishaps happen, like our flat tire last time. We waited, sang songs, turned fun. Safety. Check the tires before we leave. And pack a first aid kit, just in case.
Just in case. Smart phrase for precautions. Itinerary. Friday, drive and settle in. Saturday, hike and relax. Sunday, head home. Loose plan. We can adjust as needed.
Adjust as needed. Flexible talk. Souvenirs. Bring back a small memento, like jam. Unplug. No scrolling, just real talk.
Real talk strengthens friendships. Memories last. Phrase takeaway. Use let's for invites. How about for ideas? What if for options?
Great summary, Ed. Listeners, practice these in your convos. Planning trips builds English skills and fun.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. See you next episode.
Bye.